good shot of the fish here in the cockpit of the Builder's Choice. They've got it wrapped up in some towels, looks like, trying to keep it moist and wet and keep that weight as high as possible. A little paperwork here. You see our weighmasters, Randy Gregory and George Lott, in the cockpit taking a look at the fish and just getting ready to hoist it up here. So a few measurements. How about a guess on some weight? Anybody? All you guys, what do you think? 560? Yeah. 548.
That's pretty
What does
good,
it have to be to take over the lead? Do y'all know what's in the lead? 516. Second place is 504. All right.
That's
Henry,
pretty
our
good.
work here's done.
You guys think you know the weight and you hadn't seen it yet? You must be clairvoyant. You see it up there?
Look right here. There you go.
I'm trying to decide whether that's bigger or smaller than the ones we saw yesterday.
I think you'll get an idea of how heavy it is when you see how hard these guys are having to pull. They need a little encouragement. Let's go here. All right. A little bit more. We're not quite there yet. Come on, boys. All right.
.8.
All right, this is 431.8. Now, y'all seem a little disappointed. This is now the leading fish in the Super 20 category and is worth well over $1 million. And that category by itself is currently in third place. So we're going to add those two numbers together, and still it is a very nice fish, currently in third place overall, but in first place in that Super 20 category.
Now, explain that, Tommy. You have to enter that particular category to qualify to win that money.
You have to enter all of the other categories up to that category, and then you can enter the Super 20 category. So you are really competing against the other 85 or so boats that are in that category for that jackpot of money.
So there's like 85 boats.
We'll check the number.
Not 301 boats.
Correct.
So a 431-pound fish could win it.
Could win that category, and which is well over $1 million.
So that could be $1 million fish.
And if it holds up in third place, we'll see, add the third place money to it, and it would be even bigger. But nonetheless, this is your third place blue marlin here. First fish on day 2 of a record-breaking 66th annual Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. And we will hear from Brent Gaskell and Harris Huddle and the rest of the crew here in just a few minutes. We got some pictures to take. We'll get the family in here. I know there'll be lots of pictures to be taken here. Just to check, 23 pounds is in the lead, and folks, this is going to do it. I can tell you that for sure. Beautiful dolphin. Guys, remember, this is a $600,000 prize for the biggest dolphin. We need to confirm if they're in the level, Carly. We're looking to beat 23 pounds.
45.6, 45.6.
All right, guys. A very nice 45.6-pound dolphin taking the lead in the dolphin category for the week. Carly is frantically trying to determine if they are definitely in the winner-take-all dolphin. Guys, you're looking at a $600,000 fish potentially right here on the Sikatan. Trey Harris, our angler. Daniel Spencer, our captain. Wow. You can kind of tell when it gets serious, these boys are going to start pulling hard here, and they need some encouragement. Now we need some help.
Randy's hollering at him. Come on, boys. There we go. Very, very well done, Captain Randy Bryant. Just right, big guy.
So how's the fishing going on day 2 of the Big Rock Tournament?
It's going great so far, Valentina. There's been so much excitement from all the fans. They have all their cell phones out because a boat called the Maggie, it's from Atlantic Beach, just across the channel here, brought in their blue marlin fish. We were supposed to have it at 4:15. It took an additional 45 minutes for them to bring in this big puppy. We thought it could take over the 3rd place spot just to beat a 431-pound one that was brought in earlier by the Builder's Choice, but it turned out to be 414 pounds. So all oohs and ahs ricocheted throughout the crowd here because it's now in 4th place. So they're out of the money, and so you can see it back here. They're pinning it right there onto the blue marlin, 414.2 pounds. So a little bit of a disappointment here. You needed just a little bit more to get it past 431. Let's see if my math is correct. 19 more pounds would have tied it, or actually taken the lead. No, that would have tied it. And then 20 pounds would have taken over that 3rd place spot. So a little bit disappointing right here for Maggie, but let's go to earlier today where the first blue marlin that was brought in was by Builder's Choice, which weighed that 431 pounds. And we got a chance to spoke to the angler, which is Harris Huddle. He's a New Bern native. He owns the boat actually, and his captain, Brent Gaskell, has been manning that ship since 2008. They have a repertoire of 16 years together, so they've been doing this a lot, so they're still in the money right now. And when we talked to him about how special this is and just the fight with the fish, even for it being 431 pounds.
These guys have been fishing.
I tell you, that's, I've caught a lot more bigger fish than this right here. But this right here was the toughest fish. I mean, he was just stubborn, back and forth, back and forth. And I mean, that's the most stubborn fish I ever fought. It really was.
An idea of how a beautiful view of a very nice.
So that
blue
fish
marlin
right now is currently worth in the Sport 20
$1.8
$1.8 million, which is crazy to think because we all got up super excited because $1.7 million was awarded to Rom Whitaker. His boat yesterday released, which came in for the Fabulous Fisherman prize for the first fish over 500 pounds, but $1.8 million as it stands. And so far we've seen a dolphin come in that was 46 pounds just a few minutes ago, and then this fish right here, 414 pounds.
The Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament is underway right now in Morehead City. Day 2 is now wrapping up. More than 300 boats are participating this year with a combined purse of $7.5 million. News 12, Luke Schwartz is live at Big Rock Landing. Luke, a lot of money here is on the line.
Tons of money, and we've had 4 boats already come to the weigh station today. 2 with game fish with weighing dolphins. 1 just got a $600,000 prize, currently standing at the #1 spot at 46.2 pounds for the Ava D boat. They're natives of Morehead City, and the boat before that, called the Maggie, they brought in a blue marlin that weighed 414 pounds. They're Atlantic Beach natives just across the channel. So a little bit of disappointment for them because about an hour before that, the previous boat that came in before that was called the Builder's Choice, which is made out of New Bern and is owned by Harris Huddle, who has his boat captain since 2008, the last 16 years, and they've been together. They brought in a blue marlin worth 431 pounds. They currently sit at that 3rd place spot right now in the total leaderboard. They're also in the Sport 20, which was worth about $1.8 million. So like you said, Tyler, that purse is $7.5 million total, but yesterday we were all in shock because the first boat brought back was Rom Whitaker, who brought in a 504-pound blue marlin to kick things off for the Fabulous Fisherman purse of $1.7 million. That set the scene for the rest of the week because 2 boats came in with over 500-pound marlin, but today 414 pounds, another one that was 431. 2 dolphins came in. They've looked really thick, girthy. I don't really know how to describe marlin as good as I am covering this for the first time, but a ton of excitement today. All of the boats have to be pulled in by the time 6 o'clock, so we're getting no more so far. So a lot of excitement today for sure. A bunch of boats came in, Tyler, and speaking of boats, I'm actually standing on one right now here at the Olympus Diving Center, and the shot's moving a little bit wobbly, but as far as the boats that have come in, we saw 2 game fish with some big, heavy dolphins, but the main course, of course, being the blue marlin fish. We had one that came in a little bit ago from an Atlantic Beach boat called the Maggie. They weighed up at 414 pounds, just shy of that top 3 spot, so they missed out on the money. But let's go to the Morehead City, actually the Atlantic Beach natives just across the channel, which was for the Builder's Choice boat, as they reeled in a 431-pound blue marlin, which puts them at 3rd place, and they're currently in 1st place for that Sport 20, that level 6, which cashes out to $1.8 million. The angler being Harris Huddle, the boat captain was Brent Gaskell. They've been a crew since 2008, 16 years, and when we caught up with Harris, he spoke about just the fight he had with this heavy creature in the deep blue.
I tell you, that's, I've caught a lot more bigger fish than this right here. But this right here was the toughest fish. I mean, he was just stubborn, back and forth, back and forth. And I mean, that's the most stubborn fish I ever fought. It really was.
An idea of how heavy it is.
Most stubborn fish, just like you heard them there, 431 pounds. Can you believe that that specimen is sitting under the water out here down in Morehead City? I can't. Just a kid from Portland, Oregon, seeing some really big fish. Now, the leaderboard here that you're seeing is still from yesterday, 516 pounds for game time. Number 2 spot being our release from our Kinston native Rom Whitaker, and then the next 2 boats with, of course, Builder's Choice, and then in 4th place, which is out of the money, being from Maggie. It's been an awesome day. It's been a great 2 days here at Big Rock. So much excitement. You can see the Big Rock landing in the weigh station just over my right shoulder. They're still weighing some game fish over there, but people have come here from 8 a.m. to now. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:02, and we're just having fun. A little bit sunburnt. Yeah, I need a supply again, but we're having a great time out here. But currently 516, 504, 431, and 414 for the first 4 marlins brought back here to Morehead City for the 66th annual Big Rock Tournament. All right, that'll do it for me out here on a boat, trying not to get seasick out here. For News 12, I'm Luke Schwartz, and that's this Big Rocks edition of Sports with Schwartz. Butch Bryant and his father Randy, who live in Atlantic Beach and own the boat Maggie, put it perfectly. Big Rock is the Super Bowl of marlin fishing, an event unlike anything else down in the gorgeous city of Morehead, where day 1 had everyone hooting and hollering like it was a Kenny Chesney concert, pulling in 2 over 500-pound monsters. So for Tuesday, the excitement only built when the first fish brought back was by the Builder's Choice, who reeled in a 431-pound marlin for a 3rd place spot on the leaderboard and first in the Sport 20, worth an estimated $1.8 million. Yes, please. A special moment for angler and boat owner Harris Huddle, who resides in New Bern and comes to Big Rock every year, sparing no detail on how crazy the fight was in the water today.
I tell you, that's, I've caught a lot more bigger fish than this right here. But this right here was the toughest fish. I mean, he was just stubborn, back and forth, back and forth. And I mean, that's the most stubborn fish I ever fought. It really was.
An idea of how heavy it is.
Huddle's captain Brent Gaskill has been at his side for the past 16 years since 2008, leading the Builder's Choice to a successful day 2 and in the top 3. Now, there's 302 total boats entered in year 66 for a record high number, and well, each one has a different name. My personal favorite, bow movement. So we asked everyone there, if you had a boat competing, what would you name it and why?
Big Sexy, because my neighbor has called my husband Big Sexy for the last 35 years.
And we pan toward the husband.
What would you name your boat? True Grits. True girls raised in the South.
Bombaleo, Spanish for swaying, swinging, and rocking. That's a cool name.
ECU Pirate.
Maria.
Kick 'em back.
How about mermaid?
Okay, yeah, right. Mermaid.
2 redheads and a boat.
And a brunette. Sea
for the ocean, and Moore is our last name.
Lady May.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a boat.
Lady May.
Yeah.
At $3 because $3 bill because I don't have a $3 bill and they don't exist, and I don't have a boat that runs in the Big Rock.
Let me know at my Twitter or Facebook, Luke W. Schwartz 33, what you would name your boat if entered. Fun times and more fish still to be caught.